Welcome to the 12th day of the Trump administration, January 31st, 2017. We are wrapping up the first month of the new year. Well, it's not too new anymore, but we still have most of it to look forward to, slash, get through, slash, just see through. And normally I'd cover something Trump himself did, but you know what? Today, let's pretend that nothing happened with him. We're going to cover the story of Ivanka, his daughter, and her husband Jared, who is involved in the administration, but that's not the point here. So Ivanka posted a picture of her and her husband this morning, like 12 a.m. or whatever, and people take the image and go, "Well, while you're enjoying the life of luxury, families are being separated." And I'm not one to censor commentary or to tell people they can't speak in any way that they want. But I find it questionable. And look, I understand the intent of the messaging, which is that you're living this life of luxury, which she is. Let's be honest. You live in this, nice house, as we know, right by the former president, ironically enough. And while you're doing all this glamorous stuff, wearing your $5,000 gown, um, people are just living poorly and, just suffering. And while that's, something I can rally behind, this idea that we have these big gaps in wealth and these people who, at the end of the day, really do not care about the common man. Which, it's kind of evident with her style. But I'm not going to go in on her because she's not the only one to do this. In fact, actually, reading those comments reminded me of my Senator Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris, however you pronounce her name, and the fact that I've seen her at several points already. Keep in mind, we're only 12 days into this man's presidency. Criticize Trump and get on Twitter and talk about Trump, Trump, Trump. But what I don't understand, being a resident of her state, is why she doesn't do something to address the poverty that has lingered here for decades. They talk about change and making a difference, but why do they allow people to live on the streets and completely be just poor? Now, this is not to try to deflect or anything, but this is to say that this style of living is not new. I know she's the popular one to go after because daddy's president, but let's look at this a little bit more objectively and think to yourself, how many of those celebrities that were at the SAG Awards, 3 days ago? I think it was Saturday, Sunday. They gave their little speeches about Trump and how he's doing this to hurt people and yada yada yada. And all those Democratic senators that have been opposing Sessions getting in, and all those women that were at the march and everything. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. How many of these people can you honestly say or confirm has done something for a homeless person or has done something for homeless people? Now, the reason I don't put as much attention on the people that participated in the March on Washington that they had the day after Trump got in office is because those are private citizens. If you go into the case of Kamala Harris or Cory Booker, who keep coming to my mind as the main two that are going and having this anti-Trump rhetoric, I don't see them doing a single thing to stop this. And obviously, it takes more than one person. But the cold hard fact is, you are in a position of power that, coupled with your name recognition, because they're obviously more famous than I am, you can do something about it. And you choose not to. Instead, you choose to go after the president, and you have people going on Twitter and going after her. But ask yourself, of all those people that went on Twitter to her profile and said, "Oh yeah, you're doing this," who's helping the homeless? And again, this is not directed towards one person. This is to say that we have to practice what we preach. And I don't point fingers at any one person in particular, because most people I know, at least that are, I'm assuming on Twitter, are middle class. They don't have money they can just throw around and go and make houses for homeless people. So I'm not going to come at them that way. And I definitely understand the point they're making. I just think it's not fair to associate this with the person because of who their daddy is. And I've heard the argument, oh, well, she was involved with his campaign. Okay, but still, that doesn't do anything to solve the problem, which is, his policies. So thank you for watching and have a good day.